Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryaṃ karavāvahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishāvahai. Om Shanti. śrīhariṃ paramānandamupadeṣṭāramīśvaram vyāpakaṃ sarvalokānāṃ kāraṇaṃ tam namāmyaham. Nirguno nishkriyo nityo nityamuktohamachyutaha nāham deho'hamityayaṃ jñānamityuchyate buddhaihi. Nirgunaha, nishkriyaha. These are all words. Negation of the mistake. We don't need a negation if there is no mistake. If we ask what is an umbrella, you don't say it's not walking stick, it's not your shoes, it's not your shirt, it's not your pants. You don't say that. So, you don't need to negate when there is no prasaktihi, when there is no necessity. A negation is a necessity when there is a certain confusion. Here there is a confusion. Prasaktasya pradishedaha. A negation only when there is a necessity. A prohibition only when there is a possibility of transgression. In the Veda, we have a mandate prohibiting alcohol, drinking. Suram na pibet. Don't drink alcohol. May one not drink alcohol. Suram na pibet. Kalanjam na bhakshayet. May one avoid, may one not, should not, no one should eat meat. Kalanjam na bhakshayet. Suram na pibet. It's a mandate. There is no mandate. Agnim na pibet. Don't drink molten iron. Nobody drinks. When somebody decides to drink, you cannot stop that fellow also. Nobody drinks. Don't commit homicide. Don't commit suicide. Because there is a possibility. Prasaktasya pradishedaha. There is a possibility. Therefore, you are told not to do these things. So here, when there is a negation, guna negation, nirgunaha. Why should there be a guna negation? Because I am subject to gunas. Sattva guna pradanaha brahmanaha. Look at this. Even the Shastra seems to go along with you. Shastra says, Sattvagunam pradhanam yasya saha. The one in whom this Sattvaguna is predominant. These are three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. One in whom Sattvagunam is predominant over the other two. Sattvaguna pradhanaha. You are talking about a person, Purusha. That Purusha is a person, Atma. That person is Sattvaguna pradhanaha. The Atma has got Sattvagunam as pradhanam, as mukhyam, predominant over the other two. Then Sattva upasarjana rajoguna pradhanaha kshatriyaha. The one in whom the Sattva-guna subserving Rajoguna. When Sattva-guna is predominant, Rajas is second, Tamas is third. When Rajas is predominant, Sattva is second and Tamas is third. Kshatriyaha. A group in terms of guna composition, the disposition. Again, Rajas is predominant, Rajoguna pradhanaha, but tamas tamopasarjana. Tamas is upasarjanam. The second place is tamas, Rajas is third. That fellow is Vaishya. That is Atma. The fourth type of Atma here is tamoguna pradhanaha. Rajas is going to be the second, Sattva is going to be the third. When Tamas is predominant, Sattva cannot become second. When Sattva is predominant, Tamas cannot become second. So those two have no further division. Only the Rajas has got two divisions. Sattva occupying the second place or Tamas occupying the second place. So, 2 plus 2, 4. These are the 4 types. And within the predominance, there can be shades of difference. Within the range of predominance, there can be shades of difference. Predominant, more predominant, less predominant. Within the predominance itself, in the spectrum. This is a descriptive presentation of types of people. Why there are differences? How do you describe the differences? The disposition-wise. So the disposition is a composition of these 3 qualities. The composition is of one being predominant, the other 2 being subservient, and differently. You get 4 types and varieties of shades of difference. Society is formed. This is called guna difference, guna vibhaga. In every society you will be, even if you go to any Aborigine society, you will find Australian natives, and there will be a medicine man, more sattvic, more contemplative than the other fellows. Among the tribesmen, this kind of composition difference you always find in every society. Therefore, Atma is subject to gunas. Sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. Even the Shastra goes along with you. Look at that. Thank God that Shastra tells you true Atma is subject to 3 gunas. What Atma? This dehadi yukta Atma. So dehendriya manobuddhi, ahankara Atma, this vijnana Atma, the jiva is subject to 3 gunas. The dehi, the indweller of this body, owner of this body, called dehi, and this dehi, the jiva, is subject to 3 gunas. Dehi Atma. But Atma is not dehi. Atma nirgunaha. Shastra is right. We don't require to say Shastra contradicts itself. Shastra doesn't contradict itself. Because B is A is not B. The Dehi is subject to 3 gunas, whereas the Atma, the Swarupa of the Dehi, is free from all 3 gunas. nirgunaha, negation. It is to be discovered in keeping with the Shastra. So the Saccidānanda Atma, one more word, nirgunaha. Nishkriyaha. Aham karta. The dehi, the jiva, the karta. Karma phala bhokta is the one who enjoys the karma phala, the results of karma. He is the karta. He is the one who has got destiny, etc. Who has got a pattern. In astrology, they try to predict that pattern. Karma phala bhokta. Karta is bhokta. The real communism, agrarian society, the tiller harvests the fruit, the crop. Tiller is the karma phala bhokta. You know who is a tiller? You know who is a farmer who tills the land. Not teller. So, karta is the bhokta. Shastra goes along with that. In fact, karma phalam, the result of your karma, has got a name in Sanskrit. The Veda calls it ritam. Sukrutasya ritam pibantam sukrutasya loke. Sukrutasya karmanaha ritam pibantam. The one who remains experiencing the result of karma, result of action. All types of karma. The karma phalam is generally called fruit of action. Why fruit? Because certain fruits are sweet. Even you may buy it as a sweet orange, it may prove to be a lemon. That's why a car is called a lemon, you know. You bought the car, it proved to be a lemon. Why it is called lemon? What a lemon has got to do with the car? Some research you have to do. My thinking is, you buy an orange, it proves to be a lemon. bitter, sour. Different fruits are there. There is this, more bitter the fruit, more colorful it is. I have seen when the bitter gourd, when it ripens, it's so red and you can't miss it from a distance. It's so attractive. All bitter fruits are red in color. Very fast red. Attractive. Shining as gold. Crimson red. Sometimes this in between golden shade, reddish gold. Very shiny. You find all that. And then put it in your mouth. Even kaka will feel the bitterness. Crow. So bitter. Yetti pazhutthenne, iyadar vazhunthenne. There is a fruit called yetti. I have tried that. Yetti. So attractive. Put it in your mouth for 3 days. Even sugar will taste bitter. Very attractive. Therefore, the proverb is, let this yetti fruits ripen, so what? And the misers accumulate wealth, so what? There's a proverb. The misers. Because Shuddhatma will come and ask for some donation now, So, yetti pazhutthenne, iyadar vazhunthenne. Those who don't give, let them have money, so what? There's no meaning. Therefore, this phalam, karma phalam, the result of an action is called a fruit for these 2 reasons. One reason is a fruit is not going to be always sweet. The unpleasant situations are there. Unpleasant fruits are there. Then the other one is, second reason is, it is perishable. Perishable. There is no nitya fruit. There is no eternal fruit. Therefore, karma phalam is anityam. Even if you go to heaven, it is karma phalam. It is the result of karma. It is anityam. You will be back like a bad penny. You will be back. Bad penny may not come. You will come back. Anityam phalam. Karma phalam anityam. So it's a good word to say, karma phalam. But why should you say ritam? Ritam pibantam. Ritam means satyam. True. Why it's called true? Because avasyam bhavitvat. You have to definitely enjoy that unless you neutralize it by another action. That also will produce result and it will neutralize. But you have to do that. Otherwise, you have to go through that. Therefore, karta chet, if you are the doer, you are the enjoyer. Tiller is the harvester. Reaper of the fruit. You sow the seeds, you reap the harvest. You sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind. You need not. You need not. You sow the seeds, you reap the harvest. Therefore, Atma is karta. Dehi Atma, Ahankara Atma is karta. True. Karma pala bhoktache. Even the Shastra tells that. The whole Veda talks about karma. The whole volume of the Veda itna bada hai. Full of karma. Assuming yourself to be karta. Asking you to do various karmas. Asking you not to do karmas. Certain karmas you are not supposed to do. It prohibits you from doing. So, the Veda talks about karma assuming that you are a karta. Whole Veda. This is called volume argument. It's called volume. So, it's not voluminous argument, it's a volume argument. The volume of the Veda is such a big volume. Talking about karma, varieties of karmas, assuming that you are a karta doer, karma pala bhokta, you are an enjoyer of the fruits of action. Then, some last 3-4 pages tells Atma nishkriyaha. Yevande Atma nishkriyaha. Atma is, so from yasmat nirgata kriya yasmat nishkriyaha. The one from whom all kriyas are gone means the one who is free from kriya, free from action. Atma is akarta. Because volume argument. Somewhere it is said in one place, Atma is nishkriyaha. You hold on to that and whole volume of the Veda you dismiss. There are some people who interpret the Veda. They say Atma is a karta. Karta is Atma, Atma is karta. To know this pot is copper, an old pot, looks so black. In fact, the owner of the pot took it as a tin pot. It was lying there along with old things, grandfathers, Time it has been there, a lot of things among them. This pot also is there. He saw the pot, it is a tin pot. So he thought he got an antique tin pot. Sentimental value. Old. Sentimental value. You don't know what to do with that. You can't throw away. It's kind of a pot. He thought it was a tin pot. Then, in one corner, he saw it was copper. He saw copper. Now it is tin pot or copper pot? Here at least, that portion may be copper and everything else may be tin. There is no portion here. Only one place it is said, nishkriyaha. Saccidānandalakṣaṇaḥ. It is chit-swarupa, limitless consciousness, which has a timeless presence. Time is this presence. That's why the unit of time is present. And what is the length of time in the present? It is only presence, no length. Presence, consciousness. Past was present. The present is present. The future will unfold itself as present. Bhutam bhavishyaccha bhavat sokale. The past, in its own time, it was present. Bhavishyat, future, when it unfolds, it is going to be present. And what is there now is present. And what is the length of time in the present? No length of time. Presence. Present, if you say in your head, there is some length. Presence, if you say, what can you do? The abstract noun of present, presence. That is nishkriya. So you don't require There is no form. Here, one side it is copper, the other side is maybe tin. You can't say the other side maybe tin. No, this is partless, limitless consciousness. Nishkriyaha. It doesn't undergo a change to become a karta. Nishkriyaha. Free from action. Then, therefore, nityaha. I take myself to be time-bound. It's very interesting. What's your age? The fellow says, I am 10 years old. I am old, 10 years old. Then I asked him, what's your age? I am 82 years old. 10-year-old boy says, I am 10-year-old. 82 years says, Swamiji, I am 82 years young. I hear this often. I am 82 years young. The boy can say, I am 10 years old, it's not a problem. He doesn't have a complex. This man has to say, I am 82 years young. He has to say that. I am subject to time. I am karta. I am karma pala bhokta. I am subject to age. I consult a geriatrist. What is the doctor's age? 87. He is also a geriatrist. He also requires a geriatrist. He is also a retired doctor. So he is doing some geriatry now. All retired doctors should do some special course before coming out geriatry. The internal medicine person should go through a course geriatry before retirement. Some 6-month course or something, whatever. And then practice geriatry. In fact, all the patients will be very comfortable. Because what he says, this man cannot hear, and what he is... what he says, the other fellow cannot hear. This is that. I mean, they can be very sympathetic, you know. The doctor says, I understand. I am subject to time. पुरानी हो गया. No. Aham Atma. The Deha is subject to time. The Dehena Yuktaha Ahankaraha also can be tired. The owner of the body also is tired, he is also old. memory fails, etc. The ahankara also can be old. The flesh is weak, the spirit is weaker. Can be. Sometimes the flesh is weak, the spirit is strong. There's an expression, flesh is weak, the spirit is strong. And that was, in artificial, there's a language, they synthesize the language in computer. Then it went to artificial intelligence. The flesh is weak, the spirit is strong. It went to Russian language and again came back, translated into English from Russian. When it came back, it was very interesting. And it is the wine is good. Spirit, the wine is good, but the meat is rotten. So, I heard this somewhere. So, the flesh is weak. The spirit also is weak. Ahankara is time-bound. The body is time-bound. The mind is time-bound. Eyes are time-bound. Ears are time-bound. Everything is time-bound. Okay? It's all time-bound. Means all are quitting. Liver is limping. And the lungs are coughing. Heart is murmuring. And kidney has given up. All joints are aching. Eyes don't see. Where there is one, you see three. And the dynamite goes. What is smoking there? This is the condition. I am time-bound. You must experience, while talking takes place, you must experience this whole time, how it works over you. The time is a great leveler. Aham anitya. And the money is gone. From the capital I am spending. Very careful. Money is gone. However rich a fellow is, when he stops yearning, and giving capacity also goes down. Even though he may have money, it's very difficult to give. Why? Because from the capital you are spending, capital may be $1 billion, still it's a problem. When it keeps coming and all that, it's a different thing. Anitya. Money is anitya. Everything is anitya. All anitya, time bound. Stocks go up and down. Anitya. Inflation and deflation. Anitya. Therefore, aham anityaha. I am a mortal. Very well entrenched conclusion. And there is a truth about this all. Nobody can deny. This has to be accepted. Therefore, Atma dehena yuktaha aham anityaha. I am anitya. Endowed with this body, mind, sense complex, I am anitya. That is true. But B is A is not B. Aham abaditaha kalatitaha kalatrayatitaha. Not bound by time. Timelessness is the nature of Atma. Consciousness is timelessness. Is the content of time. It's not bound by time. Aham nityaha. While the Dehi, looking at himself through the body, mind, sense complex, anityaha. Really speaking, aham nityaha. The body and things that go along with the body, anityaha. True. Therefore, then I am, feeling is I am bound. The old man says, Swamiji, anayasena maranam. I want to leave this body without any pain. Quietly I want to go. Anayasena maranam. They want, everybody wants. I want to be free from this body. Swamiji, I want to be free from bondage. I am bound, deshena bound, place-wise bound, time-wise bound, body-wise, I am only this body, any other body, limited, bound. Strength-wise, health-wise, power-wise, any way I see, any which way. I am limited, bound, wanting. This is me. ठीक है. This body mind sense complex is limited. True. If you look at yourself through that, you are limited. True. But to say I am limited, the I must be as good as the body mind sense complex. Even though I is present in all the three body mind senses, I am present. I lend my existence. I lend my consciousness to this body mind sense complex. But I remain Chit, Sat Ananda. I was never bound and I never get liberated also. Then what is moksha? What is then moksha? Freedom? Freedom is freedom from the notion that I am bound. False notion. A false notion that I am bound, I am free from. Aham nitya muktaha. Pahle bhi muktaha. Abhi bhi muktaha. Always muktaha. Nitya muktaha. It's not that I was bound and got liberated. That kind of liberation doesn't exist. One fellow said, Atma was once free, descended. Atma descended due to some hiranya and descended, descended to become a jiva, bound, and then ascended. Then descending and then ascended to become free. Hey, once hiranya, always hiranya. Again will descend. Again you must go to the surgical table. Again the same problem. Hiranya, because you lifted some book, this 4-volume Gita, home study. That's all. Then he's a pitching for 4-volume Gita home study. And then this fellow lifted the 4-volume Gita home study, Hiranya, bas, again descended. Hey, if Atma ever descended to become bound and you ascend, it won't take time to descend again. You have to take the Gita book, that's all. So, there is no ascending or descending. There is no hiranya. Only colon descends, okay? Atma nitya muktaha. Because what is the logic? Once Atma can descend, it will always descend. Then how did it get this general question, Swamiji, if Atma is Brahman, how did it become a jiva? I never said Atma has become a jiva. Yeah, you are Brahman, this is what I said. Did I ever say you became a jiva? I don't say you became a jiva, you are Brahman. No, but how? How? There is no how. What are you talking? There is no how. You never became a jiva. Who said you became a jiva? But, don't say but. No argument. All keep your arguments at home tomorrow, okay? Not here. There is no but. You are Brahman, period. But you can say, Swamiji, I need to know this. That's okay. That is okay. We have one more camp at that time, you can come again. So there is not a problem. Aparokṣa Anubhuti, we will complete it next year. Camp, we will complete it. You can come by the time. So you will also be a little more ripe and come back. A little more ripe means, so, in all your experiences, then you become always wiser. So, come back. That's a different thing. You never descend. Atma nitya muktaha. achyutaha aham nachyutihi yasya. Soham achyutaha. Never falling down. I never fell down. No chutihi. No decimation. No decline. And therefore, achyutaha. So, nāham deho sadrupaha jnānamityuchyate buddhaihi. Therefore, aham na dehaha. I am not this body, which is asadrupaha. Here asat is mithya. Sad asadbhyāṃ anirvachanīyaṃ. Mithya asadrupaha. Why do you say asat is mithya? Why not we take it as non-existent? If it is non-existent, you need not negate, okay? You need not negate. It is mithya. Asadrupaha. It's mithya. Depending upon means drawing its being. Anything you say is, that is Sat and Chit and Ananda. This is Jnanam. Uchyate buddhaihi. By the people who know, by them this is called Jnanam. This is said to be Jnanam. Nirmalo nischalo nantaha Shuddho hamajaro maraha Nāham deho hyasadrupaha Jnānamityuchyate buddhaihi. We'll see that tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock we will have a class. Instead of meditation, we will have a class. And that is the last class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.